she would give them one. She moved to Los Angeles, claimed Compton, and built the persona the genre demanded. And it worked. Def Jam signed her, not as a novelty, not as a crossover, as a gangster rapper. In 1993, born Gangstar.
Don't even think about stepping the music. I'm telling you like it is, G.
She sold over 200,000 records, signed to Def Jam, held her own in the hardest lane in hip-hop, and within a year, she was gone. Not dropped, not retired, erased. Today, most people don't even know her name. Her name was Boss.
What's up, I'm Boss.
And what happened to her says more about the industry than anyone ever admitted. Boss didn't fail because she couldn't rap. She didn't fail because the streets rejected her. She failed because someone decided to check her story. And that raises a question nobody in hip-hop ever answered. Why her? Because if authenticity was really the rule, a lot of careers should have ended in 1993, but they didn't. And to understand why, you have to understand what gangster rap really was at the time. Not a genre, a performance. The West Coast had claimed it, Compton, South Central, Inglewood. These weren't just places, they were brands. And the industry treated those brands as truth. But behind the scenes, that truth was flexible. Ice Cube studied architectural drafting before rap. Dr. Dre didn't grow up the way his music suggested. The image was curated, the story was adjusted, and everyone knew it. But no one called it fraud, because the people performing it were men. Michelle Marie Laws wasn't supposed to fit that world. She grew up in Detroit, private Catholic school, structured environment. By the rules of gangster rap, she shouldn't have existed. But she had something the industry couldn't ignore. Control, presence, and authority. She didn't sound like she was trying to belong. She sounded like she already did. So she made a decision. If the industry wanted a story, she would give them one. She moved to Los Angeles, claimed Compton, and built the persona the genre demanded. And it worked. Def Jam signed her, not as a novelty, not as a crossover, as a gangster rapper. In 1993, Born Gangstars dropped.
I'm the bitch that niggas read about, cause I won't hesitate to blow your motherfucking brains out.
The streets respected it, critics acknowledged it, and the numbers confirmed it. Over 200,000 copies sold. Boss had done what the industry said couldn't be done. She entered the hardest lane in hip-hop and held her position. And then everything changed. Not because the music failed, but because the story did. Late 1993. Articles began circulating. Not rumors, not speculation.
All right. What's good? What's good? Y'all know how I be coming with y'all. You know, Black history. You know, what I got for y'all today, man. Always got something.
That's the book. It's called Why Me? And I've always wanted to bring somebody out by saying, this man needs no introduction. You can do it today, can't you? Sammy Davis Jr. Yeah!
The icon himself, Sammy Davis Jr.
still scream for you. Thank God. They still scream for you. Can I just say to the audience in the studio, thank you for the warm reception. Thank you. They're nice people. Very nice people. I tasted your barbecue sauce. Oh, you did? Yeah, see, I expected it to be, you know how most black folks like, barbecue sauce. That kind that it's a, woo! But but your sauce is kind of a crossover sauce. It's nice. You can share it with your friends and everything. Because my uncle makes sauce and you can't get near it. I mean, it's frightening. But your sauce is real good, real tasty. To me, I started cooking about 14 years ago, messing around with a fry pan and then fade out, fade back in. About $100,000 later, including a private kitchen. You've been in the house, so you know it, the one that's down there. I go down there and I cook. And I started working with recipes and fooling around. But I found out something. If you get into the food business, and I hope you're not upset, Paul, if you get in, if you get into the food business, what you've got to do, I try to leave a little space so that if everybody don't like hot, somebody's got to, my wife loves hot sauce. Altavis put hot sauce on cornflakes. It's ready. Put it on anything. Rah, 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 rah. Yeah. And I've got a gentleman I've been associated with. He's in the band. He is my conductor, second in command. His name is Fit Ricard. He has them little bottles of hot.
Sammy Davis is the featured Black History person on Streets Finest podcast for today, and rightfully so. If you don't know who Sammy Davis Jr. is, then you really been living under a rock. I don't care how old you are. Google, YouTube is your friend in this day and time. So do your research and figure out who Sammy Davis Jr. is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna give you the surface. He was a entertainer at 10 years old, or maybe less than that. He sang, he danced, he did movies. Uh, you know, he made hit albums, and he had his own variety show. He was the Wonder Boy, as he named himself. He also named himself the Michael Jackson of the 1940s. Okay? Okay. So everything Michael Jackson is doing in modern time, in this day and time, roughly, uh, basically from Michael started in the business until he died, that was Sammy Davis Jr. 50 years before Michael, you know. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's just the surface right there. So that's an icon right there of film, television, and radio. Y'all do y'all research.
day or die. Little like a football play. Oh, no, I'm never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. Can't stop loving you. Stop loving. And remember, kindness is God's currency. And I bet you didn't know that this was a sample. All eyes on me, little like a dug and till a day I die, little like a football play. Oh, I'm never gonna stop, never gonna stop. Can't stop loving you. Stop loving. And remember, kindness is God's currency. And I bet. DJ Rod, hey. I bet you got it, you don't know who to trust. So many players hating niggas trying to sound like us. Say they ready for the fall, but I don't think they know. Straight to the depths of hell, that's where them counts on. For all your sleep, damn nigga, holler when you see me. And let these devils show me, but then they finally breathe. Gotta keep what you got while you're high. And don't give nothing up to nobody. No matter what they say, you got to tell them right away that you ain't giving nothing up to nobody. No how. That's right, girls. Don't give nothing away. Woo! You gotta keep what you got while you're high. And don't give nothing up to nobody. No matter. All eyes on me. You know what? I bet you got it twisted, you don't know who to trust. I bet you got it twisted, you don't know who to trust. So many player hating niggas trying to sound like us. Say they ready for the bump, but I don't think they know it. Straight to the depths of hell, that's where them cops going. Never gonna stop loving you. Never gonna stop. Or see more carded. My man put me up for the share. 1/4 of a square, headed for Delaware. Yeah, y'all know how this shit go, you know. All eyes on me. I'm telling you like it is, G.
She sold over 200,000 records, signed to Def Jam, held her own in the hardest lane in hip-hop, and within a year, she was gone. Not dropped, not retired, erased. Today, most people don't even know her name. Her name was Boss.
What's up, I'm Boss.
And what happened to her says more about the industry than anyone ever admitted. Boss didn't fail because she couldn't rap. She didn't fail because the streets rejected her. She failed because someone decided to check her story. And that raises a question nobody in hip-hop ever answered. Why her? Because if authenticity was really the rule, a lot of careers should have ended in 1993, but they didn't. And to understand why, you have to understand what gangster rap really was at the time. Not a genre, a performance. The West Coast had claimed it, Compton, South Central, Inglewood. These weren't just places, they were brands. And the industry treated those brands as truth. But behind the scenes, that truth was flexible. Ice Cube studied architectural drafting before rap. Dr. Dre didn't grow up the way his music suggested. The image was curated, the story was adjusted, and everyone knew it. But no one called it fraud, because the people performing it were men. Michelle Marie Laws wasn't supposed to fit that world. She grew up in Detroit. Private Catholic school. Structured environment. By the rules of gangster rap, she shouldn't have existed. But she had something the industry couldn't ignore. Control, presence, and authority. She didn't sound like she was trying to belong. She sounded like she already did. So she made a decision. If the industry wanted a story, she would give them one. She moved to Los Angeles, claimed Compton, and built the persona the genre demanded. And it worked. Def Jam signed her, not as a novelty, not as a crossover, as a gangster rapper. In 1993, Born Gangstars dropped.
Film the bitch that niggas read about, cause I won't hesitate to blow your motherfucking brains out.
The streets respected it, critics acknowledged it, and the numbers confirmed it. Over 200,000 copies sold. Boss had done what the industry said couldn't be done. She entered the hardest lane in hip-hop and held her position. And then everything changed. Not because the music failed, but because the story did. Late 1993, articles began circulating. Not rumors, not speculation, details.
It's gonna work out fine this time. It sure feels good to know you're mine. Now we got it back like it used to be. I want you to always be a part of me. And no, I'm never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. Oh, stop loving you. Never gonna stop loving you. Think it's gonna work out fine this time. It sure feels good to know you're mine. Now we got it back like it used to be. I want you to always be a part of me. And no, I'm never gonna stop, never gonna stop, oh, stop loving you. Never gonna stop loving you. Never gonna stop. Never gonna stop loving you.
And then everything changed. Not because the music failed, but because the story did. Late 1993, articles began circulating. Not rumors, not speculation, details. Detroit, Catholic school, Compton. And once that narrative broke, the industry didn't defend her. They stepped back. The response wasn't loud. It was quiet. Radio stopped playing the record. Bookings disappeared. The label stepped back. No announcement, no defense, just silence. Within months, a career with real momentum was over. Not reworked, not repositioned. Over. And this is where the story breaks open. Because Boss wasn't the only artist performing an image. She was just the one who got punished for it. Years later, Rick Ross was exposed as a former corrections officer. His career didn't collapse, it expanded. 50 Cent built mythology into marketing. Countless artists blurred the line between reality and persona. And the industry accepted it, protected it, profited from it. So the question still stands. Why was Boss the exception? If this story matters to you, subscribe, because stories like this don't disappear by accident. Boss arrived before the blueprint existed, before the industry fully accepted women in that lane. She wasn't following a path, she was building one. And when she was removed, that path didn't disappear. It was taken, refined, given to others without her name attached. Boss didn't disappear because she lacked talent. The numbers don't support that. The audience doesn't support that. She disappeared because she exposed something the industry relies on. That authenticity was never applied equally. And when a woman proved she could compete in that space, the rules suddenly changed.
What's up? I'm Boss. Hey.
Boss was cancelled before cancel culture had a name. No hashtags, no outrage cycle. Just a system that moved quietly and completely, and counted on the fact that no one would remember. This is Female Rap Vault. We remember.
She's got a permanent record.
These are the days we supposed to be. Loud for the book for my nigga New T. Hey, dude. These are the days we supposed to be. Hey, part two. Hey, what? She can be money. When I'm in the she can give me money. Say what? When I'm in the Laugh from the porch with music. Free my nigga movie. I'm coming home to you when something see through. Laugh from the porch so I can see your heart. But I can never come. Don't need up for me. I watch the sky all day. Night is where I find you and peace of mind. My days are filled with free. That's why I truly give you what you need. Because you love me for me. Cause out through you, I can't help myself. Talk to a word you can find my weakest spot. Yeah. And a woman too, breathe and sleep next to. That's why I'll always be with you. Yes, I'm funny like a clown, but I'm never down. As long as you're around, there would never be. Yeah, y'all know I'm for me because you're shining beneath me.
porch. Free my man Booby. Boy, one way. Happy birthday. Peace and love. Rest in peace, Chucky Thompson. Love you, big guy.
Backyard nigga. Hey, that's the front porch live, man. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. Backyard on the front porch, what they say, nigga? Hey, love y'all, man. Appreciate you, man. Free Booby. Rest in peace, Chucky. Front porch forever, man.
The real reason podcasters, publishers, and event organizers say no to speakers, even ones with great credentials, that's not what you think. This is something no one in the speaking world ever talks about. This is like the thing that led me to me speaking at the United Nations 4 times in front of 10,000 people at Disney, KPMG, Morgan Stanley, Lululemon. And that is just like I live in this odd, unique tree house here, a few feet away from my baby mama over here, and a friend of ours that lives down there. And just like people are like, wow, you live in a freaking treehouse? Someone lives in there? What is that like? We need people talking like that about you as a speaker. So in a world where everyone's trying to land podcasts and build followings and land speaking gigs, you have to stand out so that the speaker bookers that have a budget of $10,000 to pay you to speak leave all the other choices behind, kick you to be on their stage because of what I call your USM, which stands for your unique speaking mechanism. Because there's a thing that makes sense for you to talk about. It's the thing that you think you're going to speak about, but there's something deeper that most speakers don't ever access. And this is the thing that has booked me over 100 paid speaking gigs all over the world. I've spoken on 5 continents because of this thing, and most people completely miss it. It's called your unique speaking mechanism. This is the thing you would die for. This is the thing that makes you you. This is the thing that your childhood, your relationship with your parents, your adolescence, and your entire life culminates into that will make you a 10 times more powerful speaker than you could ever perceive yourself to be. Now, I want to show you how to tap into this USM. I also want to show you how we title a talk in alignment with that USM, how we write a talk that embodies that USM, and how we pick the right stage so that your USM can reach millions of people. And if you think I'm speaking in hyperbole, my clients' talks have been viewed over 100 million times. And there's one reason, because I am the best in the world at helping people tap into their unique speaking mechanism. And I want to do it with you. And I want to help you tap into yours on a free training. In that free training, which I want you to bring a paper and pen to, we're going to position you as a speaker that can command $10,000 per speaking gig. We're going to title your talk. We're going to talk about the most important pieces of writing your talk. I'm going to show you how to find aligned events. And as a bonus, I'm going to give you 25 speaking events that are looking for speakers like you right now. It's time to break you out of the crowd, stop you from being the best kept secret in the speaking world, and finally get that message out of your head, out of your heart, and into the world where it belongs so it can be heard by millions of people. It's time to make you the treehouse of speakers. And we're going to do that with your USM. All you need to do now is click the link along with this video and get ready to tap into the secret that no one in the speaking world talks about that will make 10 times the difference in your impact and your income. Click the link along with this video and I will see you on the inside.
We back at it again, y'all. Another special edition of Live from the Front Porch. We got none other than the legendary Miss Kim. Boy.
Ruling the way that I move, I breathe your air. You only can rescue me. No, this is my prayer. If you are mine, if you are mine, I wouldn't want to go to heaven. Won't go astray. I won't be afraid.